Welcome to another episode of the Coffee Conversation Show, powered by the Emerging India Forum, TIF, and a tech partner, Prime Infotech Solution. Series is Sri Shakti, theme is crafting leaders one story at a time. We have with us Debeshi Chakraborty, an inspiring leader and a certified leadership coach who has guided over 500 professionals, including C-suite executives, to discover their potential and climb their Mount Never Rest. From being a creative young girl in Kolkata who once met Mother Teresa to becoming a Commonwealth Scholar, Gallup certified sense coach and ICF PCC coach with over 1,500 coaching hours, Debashi's journey is nothing short of extraordinary. As a founder of Design Careers and a board member of the ICF Delhi Chapter, she brings unparalleled expertise in leadership development, business storytelling, and executive coaching. So, friends, this will be a lovely conversation in the month of Christmas and meeting Mother Teresa. That is also wonderful stories which Debashi will share. So, Debashi, welcome to today's Coffee Conversation episode.
Thank you so much for having me here. I'm in Delhi right now. It's pretty cold, and what can be a better time to discuss about Mother Teresa or the journey and bring some warmth in other people's life.
Yeah, right. Okay. So, friends, I'm Lion Amir Virani, host at Coffee Conversation, legal tech evangelist at Prime Infotech Solution, and an author of 15 books. So let's begin our conversation. So let me explain you. There are 3 rounds. You must be aware of 2 rounds, but there is a surprise rapid fire round. For
Wow.
that, you have to be witty, funny, and quick, and you will get to win this book, which will be a
Wow.
Christmas gift
Nice.
and autographed sent to you. So yeah, send your apna Kolkata address so you'll get over there so you can go through and that will add value in your journey when you come back 2025 rejuvenated. Okay, my first question. Uh, so how has your journey been, Debashi? Uh, right from you started till now.
Yeah. So I'm very proud of my journey. And couple of the things which has remained same from my childhood till now is about scale, about India, and about people. So yeah, I'm a storyteller, so I'll share the story. So when I was growing up, I grew up in a very creative environment, and my mother would share all the stories of leaders like Swami Vivekananda, Netaji, and everyone. And I thought I'm going to be a freedom fighter. I went to school and I got the bad news that it's over. But the spirit to serve India was there. And when I did my master's, uh, I took up city planning, and I was standing in the bank of Kolkata, the Ganges. And if you're familiar with Kolkata, there is flower shops which are there. So one day, and those flowers are taken to the deities for, the religious rituals. So I was taking photographs. It was a part of the exercise, and there was a dog who peed on the flower. There was this elderly person who was standing. I said, Dada, like, look at this. This is going to go to God. Why aren't you stopping it? And then he started question and he asked one question which changed my life. He said,
Mhm.
Didi, we don't have God or government. Can you do something for us? That question made me, apply beyond like what I could think of for Commonwealth scholarship. So I had Commonwealth shared, I had Chevening Cambridge, I had Bart International. I got 3 scholarships. So I did that, went to London, understood city planning, understood how to, plan the new cities of the future. Came back and till 2016, I was designing the smart cities, but then I also understood in India it's going to be different. We need smart citizenship. It is also about people. What has happened in the West, it's not going to happen the same way. And then I did leadership training, and from a team coach to a city level coach to a regional level coach in Kolkata. I expanded the branch of the organization that I volunteered. I was doing work and doing it part of the leadership team. There was one day I was standing in front of 500 people, and I got that to change life, it takes seconds. To change cities, it takes 30, 20 years. So I flipped the side. I came into designing smart citizens into people development. And I won't say that I've been successful. I'm work in progress, but I know I'm in the right track. Somebody is kind of joining smart cities to smart citizenship. I'm connecting that.
Wow, beautiful. So let's continue the conversation. So this coffee will bring back more memories and your future, everything past. So we'll, what do you say? We
My
are
cup
going in
full.
a car right now.
Hmm.
Okay. So Debeshi, how has experience working with Fortune 500 companies influenced your coaching philosophy?
I think that opened up how to implement things in scale. So I was just, being a spatial planner, being trained as an architect, I can do space interior design, and then with this big framework, we were working in teams which were thinking of strategic city regions, not city regions. And I was very, very fortunate to work with people who are the thought leaders of the world. Like people flew in from different parts. It's a global organization to do, a creative camps. So I understood, how to have the bird's eye view, zoom in and zoom out to create something from numbers to a thriving city where people can live and thrive. So I would say that has been the biggest takeaway for me. And I cherish that.
Wow. Okay. Continuing, could you elaborate on your Gallup strengths-based coaching approach and its impact on leaders?
Yeah. So it's a long conversation, but the way I, explain it to people is it is somewhere where you are focusing on what is strong than what is wrong. Typically, what happens is that, if you're not good in maths, put him or her to tuition, fix it. But in Gallups, it believes that, you have the natural strength. Can I give you an example, Amir? Are you
Yeah,
a
yeah.
right-hander or a left-hander?
I am right.
You're a right-hander.
So
So
that's
if
why
you have
my
to sign a check for a bank, and if you do it with your left hand, will it get approved?
no.
No. So even if you train your left hand for 100 hours, 500 hours, it won't. So your right hand is naturally having, is showcasing your talents and strengths. So, that when we realize, like, Gallups, there are different ways to, go ahead and do the intervention, but it tells us which is your right hand aspects of leadership, which is left hand aspects of leadership. So, in moment when you have to hit a sixer or you have to take critical decision, what to use and what to delegate. So yeah, that's in a nutshell I can share that we do.
I know. That is another topic
Mm,
for because at Coffee Conversation we have got what do you say, apna 8 to 9 series as we were discussing earlier. So one is just apna mini coffee
mm,
where we do only 15 minutes of conversation on a topic. So that's why I said na, कि भाई, in coffee we have built up a lot of things, panel discussion, mini coffee, special episodes. So this Gallup itself is another topic where to be focused on, because this main coffee is your journey, your experiences woven around a topic.
mm.
Okay, let's go to the next question. What role does emotional intelligence play in leadership coaching, and how do you incorporate it into your sessions?
Yeah. See, every day when we go to work, typically we find the workplace is a very dry transactional environment. It is there. But and it's needed at a lower level. Like there are 4 levels of leadership: leading self, impacting, then team, then your business line, and then the organization, and then you have thought leadership. As one goes higher, you have to actually create results through people, not AI. And in these relationships, you cannot be transactional. You have to transform. And the way to do it, the tool to do it, is by tapping in your emotional intelligence. And there are various tools and leadership principles that we use. But output is, a person who's doing very transactional dealing becomes transformational in people relationship. And the impact from being a linear, creating a linear results, it becomes an exponential result. And when the person is on leave, the system works.
Wow. Okay. Let's go to the next question. You have worked extensively with high potential managers. What common challenges do they face and how do you help them overcome these?
Ah, so you won't, like, I'm not going to give a very I'm going to give a very unconventional answer, but this is true. People can't say no. High potentials have a very, they have difficulty in saying no. First of all, they're the star. It's like, I give the example of, they're like Salman Khan, who's already given a hit of 100 crores. Now they have the pressure to, give 100 crores, 200 or 300. Even if they
Mm,
give 99 crores or 9 crores of that kind of an output, their reputation is at stake. So they're always under that radar, that pressure, and it takes a toll on their inner development as well. Like
yeah.
every time you're saying yes to someone, yes to the outer world, the outer game, you're saying no to yourself. Do you have a game? What is that you're missing out? So these conversations are not answered. So I work with the high potentials in discovering what is your inner game. If you know that your time is going to be used by all of these elements for your own score, you can say no. And it's not no to that person, it is no to that request for that moment. It's not no forever, it's no for now. So yeah, but still I would say it's a very sensitive topic, because yeah, in especially in Indian companies, saying no means, like, there's going to be a relationship break. So that's what I've seen. It leads to a lot of burnt out and
Yeah.
different issues as well. It's again a longer conversation which you can have in your mini chats.
Okay. Uh, so, Debeshi, can you share an example of a significant breakthrough one of your clients experienced through your coaching?
Yeah. So, I've been coaching for, it started in 2014, 15. It's going to be 10 years now. And from people not committing suicide to huge, like, personal and professional breakthroughs has happened. Like, we have confidentiality, we can't share the details. But, something which has happened recently, which is, you know, somebody, not a very senior leader, but it's very close to my heart, because it's a woman, it's a rising leaders. And Amir, something which I don't get a lot is that most of my clients I get who are in the leadership, aspiring leaders, are men. So whenever I get women who are aspiring, I give 300% to them. So this individual, she was again, in the rising leader, and she was looking out for a new job, and she was getting rejected. Perfect resume, there was no reason why she won't get those, crack those interviews. Now, when we had this interaction, we got that she would tweak her answers, like, she would tweak to fit into the job description. Every time, for every interview, she was saying yes to everything. And she was not happy. She was not real. That somehow, showed up. And when we looked into her life as well, she was an yes person. So, her relatives, everybody, whoever would come to her, she would put her need at the back, curb her own voice, and try to merge with the voice of the others, right? So that, like losing her voice, who she was showing up in personal and professional life. So when we worked on that, like, she became a roaring lioness, and she's doing very well. And she's an icon for others as well. Like, so yeah, that's something which is special to me.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
others are on LinkedIn.
It, it,
You
it,
can go
it has to
browse
be.
and check.
It has to be.
Mm.
Okay. So, Debashi, your workshops focus on storytelling for business. Why is storytelling so critical for leadership and career growth?
So, if you have to, you know, everything that we decide or remember, there's a story which has been sold to us. The dress that you're wearing, somebody, there's a story why you're wearing this. There were 100 things which were there offered to you. So, to be able to inspire decision and create leaders who are independent decision maker, storytelling is the skill. Now, I've been doing it for 10 years, let's say, but now it is even super critical because in the age of AI, where AI is based on, it needs data, right? If there's a past data, then only you will be able to create results or do the work. Story can work on new situations. You can create new results, inspire people, ignite actions by using story. So the lead, and that's something which is going to differentiate between AI and I. If I say I is a future leader is a storyteller and will teach AI how to tell the story. So the data that AI brings is
Mm.
humanized, is made actionable by this process. And I can go on and on because I do this in and out, but new leaders need to tell stories.
Yeah, very true. Very true. This is what we'll try to bring out. The coffee conversation is all about your journey, your story.
Yes, one
Okay.
story at a
Now,
time. Hmm.
okay. So Debashi, what inspired you to start design careers and how has the journey been till date? And what the story behind this naming of your venture design careers?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that, right? So most people, for example, kind of, confuse design with art. Design is a very, very functional, tool or a skill. Like if a chair is, can be artistic, has got three legs, but, it cannot support a person. A good design would be able to cater to the function. So I'm trained, in design thinking and as a designer. But when I saw, like, how people are treating their career, it is very much a dry functional exercise. Simple as making your profile, making your resume. People are scared out of it. And, because of my profession, or every time you have to crack a greater level interview or you have to pitch yourself, I ace the art of, showcasing your career, designing those stories, designing those career stories. And, that's how design career started. And it has taken a life on its own. It is designing careers, it is career for designers. So, and the journey has been very good. In 2020, we got the Jobs for Her Rising Award, and post pre-COVID we were mainly doing B2C, taking care of B2C customers, but post COVID we are taking care of B2B projects. And I can't share my client names on line, but you can check my website and I shared a few. So from Fortune 50 to startups, anyone and everyone who's hungry, I go and we work with them. So that has been the journey so far. In 2025, I have some plans to get into the B2C industry as well. So that's been the case.
Yeah. Okay. So my last two questions for your professional journey round. As a board member of the ICF Delhi NCR Chapter, how do you envision coaching driving organizational transformation in India?
Yeah, that's a beautiful question. So I'll answer it in two parts. First is, how do I envision coaching in India? My dream, or my in my lifetime, I want to see coaching being an established, maybe you're coming from the legal world, you can help me in that. I wanted to have that affiliation like a lawyer, like a architect, like a medical practitioner, like a CA. You should have a registration number. And if our prime ministers, our bureaucrats are having a doctor, a CA, or a nutritionist, they should have a coach as well. It should be available, accessible to anyone and everyone. That is how I see in India. The coaching would be. It's not something which is limited to certain people and being boxed under certain categories. It should be like rain. Everybody gets wet and transformed. So that's a vision for India. For organizations, coaching, the moment a person gets coached, it can be internal coach, not necessarily like you're coached from outside. You can be a manager, who is having that being of the coach. You become an independent instruction, decision maker. As a mother, I could say that, this skill, if we can give it to our kids, it's like, we can have a bird, who we are training a bird who can fly from the nest, right? They are independent. They have strong wings. So the team members can do things on their own. That's one part. And again, with coaching, you get the vision, the decision, the clarity, the presence to take decisions for new situations. So these two are going to be fundamental for the future that is to come. Uncertainty is there. So if you can be independent decision maker and take care of new age uncertain times, nothing beats that. So I see that happening in coaching. And I want to be an advocate. I call myself an advocate rather than a coach for coaching.
That's beautiful. So my last question, what's your vision for the future of leadership development in the context of evolving business landscapes?
I think I kind of answered that in the first question. I would say that, the meaning of leadership is going to be deconstructed in next 5 years as we see the rise of AI. Like, the GPT, the way it is evolving, like from, the versions used to be comparable to going to primary school, secondary school. The moment I think ChatGPT 5 or ChatGPT 6, it's going to be like, PhD level where they can take care of their own. They don't need a human interference. And there'll be the rise of AI. What 27, I think 2027 or 28 is the prediction. I think during this time, what it means to the economy, how we are doing business is also going to change. People who are open to it, who are quick learners, ever learners, are going to thrive. You know, Shiv Kumar is the North Star whom I follow. He's the ex-CEO of PepsiCo and Nokia. Everybody knows him. Something that he says is that uh, anybody who knows AI will be doing better than somebody who's not knowing AI. It's as simple as that. An architect, a doctor, an artist. So this is a wave. You have to rise with the wave.
Wow, yes. So yesterday I was doing coffee conversation with an AI visionary, Mike Todasco. He was saying that uh, companies should empower their employees to use ChatGPT with a paid version, define the policies, and
Mm.
AI is everywhere. He is using, he's given many examples where he personally is using AI for so many things. He recently did a workshop of on book writing and publishing live using AI.
Yeah. AI is in coaching as well. Like,
Yeah, I
my
know.
daughter is using AI, everybody is using AI as a creator or an user. Amazon and everything, it's AI at the background. But whether you will be the creator, whether you will have the remote control in your hand, or you will be at the user end, that is going to be the game changer.
So that has to be decided by how company or individual is deciding what uh, game changer he wants in his life.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, let's go to the next round, the personal journey round, and understand Debashi as a person. So tell us about your family and your formative years, Debashi.
Yeah. So I come from a family of, from academicians. My great grandfather was the right hand of the scientist Jagadish Chandra Bose. So the experiment that we all know, that plant has got life. My grandfather was a part of it. So he was working there. So from there, my father is in an engineer, and I've been raised in a very creative and joint family. And then I went to my design school and met my husband there. I'm married to my batchmate. We are very good friends as well. And we both had our share of gold medals and scholarship. We both went to London together. And we both, reside in Gurgaon, and he works also globally in, spatial planning and master planning field. And and I have a 13-year-old daughter who's a design genie. So that's my life,
Design genie.
my personal life. They all have supported me. Like, for example, giving up my Fortune 400 career and been trained and worked hard with the gold medal. It was a moment where it raised a lot of eyebrows. But my dad, my husband, my sister, oh, sorry, I have an elder sister who is in based out of London. So they have been so supportive. My friends have been so supportive in this journey. Family is not just defined by blood. So
Yeah,
I also have, brothers and sisters, I would say, who are from different parts of the world, who's become a family.
yeah,
And they change you, they shape you with every conversations, Amir. That's how
yeah.
I define it. And with age, I have become good listener, I would say. So now, when I find those people, I listen.
Wow. Okay. As we shared in your introduction about Mother Teresa, growing up in Kolkata, how did your interaction with Mother Teresa shape your world view?
Oh wow, it's a story which I share a lot of times. So it was Gulf War going on. I'm a 90s kids, right? So Gulf War was going on for the first time. I told you my mother told me about that freedom struggle and all, right? So I was very excited, and this is the first time we were seeing like war on television set. Prannoy Roy was sharing about the war. And I went to my mom and said, "What can I do to stop the war?" She said, "Okay, go ahead and write a letter of peace to Mother Teresa and Saddam Hussein." I said, "Good." I wrote a letter in good handwriting. And she saw it and said, go and get the English checked from your class teacher. And I had a very enthusiastic class teacher, and she saw it and said, "That's nice. Hmm, let's take it to our headmistress." Our headmistress saw it and she was very, very impressed. And she said, "Let other girls also write it." So I was in sixth standard, and mini movement started in school. All girls, not writing letters, love letters, but letter of peace. And three of us were selected, and we went and we met Mother Teresa. I clearly remember it was an afternoon. She came out of her prayer. I was in sixth standard and she was shorter than me. I couldn't
I
believe it. She was very short. We bowed down. She blessed us. I made a card where there was a pigeon holding this letter of peace. She opened it and said, "Cute." That was the first time I heard that word, cute. And fast forward in 3 months, the war was over. And I told everybody, you know what? My letters have stopped the war. So that unstoppable girl who was born in that sixth standard, I didn't realize that time. It made me feel that anything is possible. So I was the first architect of my family. I am, the first entrepreneur, the first gold medalist. So many, many firsts I have been able to do because of that moment where the unstoppable girl was born, because of my interaction with Mother Teresa. I'm getting goosebumps as I sharing every time I do that. And I always keep in mind that I impact in scale. I serve people. So that is how I carry that moment with me. Thank you for asking that.
Yeah. So I just want to share, since I'm the president of my Lions Club this year, there is this one permanent project of Lions International, that is a peace poster competition, which is organized internationally all over the world. And this time in my club, there is a beautiful story which I want to share. I did for one of the schools, what do you say, underprivileged school, Sher Chiman Lal. Then I thought about, I can in where I stay, there are hostel kids staying in Masgaon area from our community. So I thought, why not? I've done over here. I should also do it for them.
Very
So
nice.
there were the boys from Fidai Academy and Karimbai Orphanage. Uh, I invited judge at both the places. The judge was very patient, explaining them, because the title was Peace Without Limits. So I did
Wow.
my research,
Beautiful title.
explaining ke bhai, first I did my research work, went and explained to them
Mm.
prior before this competition was held, and the trustees at the FIDA Academy, they came, they saw, they said, okay, we want to do this with the girls. So I said, why not? So in that, three peace posters were organized, 100 students got impacted. They showed their creativity. All three places, the judges were there. They sat with the children, explained to
Beautiful.
them how to do the painting, what to focus on, everything. And the children got Lions International Peace Participation Certificate.
Wow.
So
Very
the
nice.
trustees explained to them, this certificate, do you know the value? Children said, ma'am, we don't know, but you have told about कि भाई, this is a Lions. So keep it. Apna, what you do is laminate it, keep it with you, because this is a valuable certificate which these children are getting all over the world. So that
Very
is,
nice. Very nice. I'm so
yeah,
proud of you. This is
yeah.
an impact. That's what we need in our country. Very nice. Beautiful.
Okay. So let's continue. So, Debashi, how do you balance the high demands of your coaching career with personal time?
Ah, that's a very good question. So, being a coach, it is not just the time. Before the session, after the session, it's like surgery. We need to clean ourselves and enter that pure space and provide it. And even after the session, we need to do, get back into a state where we can serve the other person. So in between time is very important. So if that time is not available, my entire, the day goes haywire. And typically, what I do, I'm like, if I'm doing online work, I'm walking most of the time. I listen to, some audiobooks or something. I walk all the time. And my personal life is, I don't work 7 days a week or 6 days a week. So I have mandated couple of days where I one of the days my learning day, one of the days is for family. So I have designated that. So that is a savior even in a month, right? Those days are blocked. So that's how things are taken care of. And I'm really privileged that I'm married to my best friend. So he is very understanding. And if I have early morning calls, or he's also very traveling, travels a lot. So we focus on, what is the intention that we are, delivering to each other, or in the interactions that we are doing. And we both love movies, so we watch a lot of movies together, and art and design, and our daughter is also into design, so that's something which glues together. Yeah, that's what it
Wow.
is. This is what it is right now. During COVID, it was something else. In the future and before that, we should travel a lot, like international travel a lot. So it keeps on changing, but this is what it is now, right? So going solo at times to do the cleanup with some music, and then again coming back to my community with the friends, where I don't have a lot of people in my life, but people who are there are my committed listeners, right? I'm not a party person. At times I am not very social that way, but there are people who will call me at 3 a.m., will ping me at 12:30, they wish I need that, they'll get it. So that's how it has been. That recharges me, like to be able to give, to be able to be connected with people. That recharges me. I feel that is my non-coaching time when I get refueled. I don't know whether I answered your question.
No, no, you have given me two, three questions kai answers. It
Hmm.
happens. So, what does a typical weekend look like for you when you are not working?
When I'm not working. Yeah. So typically, I am a very spiritual person. So we have this group. So I would be, interacting with that community, will be attending those meetings. And I'm also in charge of the future division. So I would engage, plan certain things, will do that. So a lot of, spiritual activities will happen. And as I said, we are a very creative family. I like retrofitting things. I won't throw away my old clothes. I won't throw away recycled juice bottles and stuff. So I keep them, and me and my daughter will try to figure out something creative. So yeah, I like those, and even shoes. We'll paint the shoes. You'll see some LinkedIn post on that. So these something new, something which has got some creative self expression, which I do. And we don't have TV, like we watch the OTT platforms, but we don't watch TV. If I have to access news, we do that. So that is a time saver. So we control our time, and we do something which is going to add value to it. Yeah, that's how
Wow.
it is right now. But you have kind of triggered the thought of not having an international trip. Me and my husband, we love traveling. So yeah, that's something I would go ahead and ask him to do. Hmm.
Wow. Okay. So, Debashi, who has been the most influential person in your personal and professional life?
Okay, so my dad has been highly in instrumental or influential, if you say. He's no more. He passed away in 2022. But he's a storyteller. So my grandfather's story, which I'm sharing, I've never met my grandfather. He passed away even before I was born. But the
Mhm.
way my dad would share about our roots, who we are, what is our reason for existence, what is non-negotiable for our lives, that as a child. And I remember, like, you take us to tuition, and in Kolkata it's a very walkable city. We won't
Mhm.
drive in small distances, we used to walk. And during those walks, I would remember it was more of those coaching moments, if we define it, and that shaped the value of my life. And any decision I need to take, I will kind of go back and think, what would my dad say if he was there? So, and he has supported me in taking the most unconventional decisions in life. As I said, my choices in both my life and career has been firsts in my family. And he would only say that take some time and let the idea float. And if you come back to it, it's yours, right? You go ahead and do it. I trust you. So that trust, was a springboard for success. So that's been in personal life. Professional life, I'm like gifted with mentors. Okay. So it would be unfair to take only one or two names. Like I can't just take names. Uh, I would say every walk of of my career, I have found someone who would actually be a mirror to me and show my true self. If I'm not believing myself, they would believe in me, and I would see a new aspect of me coming out and go ahead and fulfill it. So, that has happened and that is happening. Yesterday also I met, my mentor from coaching, who came from Bangalore. And I'm like, touch wood, I'm blessed with mentors. It's in plural. And yeah, and that is shaping my professional life, work in progress.
Wow, beautiful. So, Debashi, if you could revisit any moment in your life, personal or professional, what would it be?
Revisit any moment. Um, I think, when I started, working in smart cities and this space, I could have worked in some other geographies as well in Southeast Asia or in other geographies as well. Maybe stayed abroad a little more to understand how this process works. I have done stints while working, but if you stay for 4 or 5 years in a different city altogether or a different country altogether, you bring back more to your country.
Mm.
I felt, I have not done that much. I've like stayed for a couple of months. So that's something that, I'd like to do. And maybe I can do it now as well.
Wow. Okay. What's one tradition or practice from your childhood that you still cherish today?
Practice from the childhood. I think I pray. I start my day with a prayer. So, it was our family tradition, and I got into spirituality or because I like the beauty of it. In my house, the day would start with my Jetu and Jetima, everybody, like my uncle and aunt, they'll like it's in the morning aarti. They would ask me to pluck the flowers, make garlands, and there's beauty of it. The smell of that incense stick, the all of that was so beautiful, and that would center the me for get me focused. So that's something which I, even my daughter, we all will start the day with prayer and end the day with kind of gratitude prayer. That's what is coming to my mind right now. Yeah.
No, no, beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay. Uh, since this is a Sri Shakti episode, so
Mm.
what does Sri Shakti mean to you, Debashi?
See, since we are having this conversation in 2024, to me, it means that, there's the future is female, right? So
Mm.
some stats is the 50, like if you see the students who are graduating from school, 50% are girls. So we as women, as a mother of a girl child, we really need to, in terms of relationship, not as an individual. Me, my mother-in-law, my mother, my sister, my daughter, as a system of women, we really need to rethink our positioning right now. Okay. And in that system lies the power. It is not in individual, like, one woman into the in the boardroom, one woman leading the organization. I think what it means for me is a wait for the systemic rise. So that's what I am looking forward to.
Wow. So, what message will you give to for New Year for leaders to focus in 2025?
Yeah. So, with ICF, we are doing an event in 2025, and we co-created everybody this tagline, which I think I am also going to inculcate in my life, and will ask everybody who is in the leadership arena to adopt is create new partners. Create new partners, and most important word is new. Okay, we don't look up, we look at our right and the left, and this is, we kind of, that's been, so I would want people to change the sphere and the scale in which they are looking. So create new partners who are invisible to you, who need you. Okay. And they don't know that they need you as well. So, and have that curiosity to find that new. So I talk about Sindbad mindset. Be on a voyage where you can't see beyond the horizon, but you know there's a land waiting for you, a land of gold, land of treasure, land of adventure. So seek out new partnership. That's what I would say is my mantra.
My last question. Describe, it's a googly one, describe Debeshi in one line.
One line on one word, I can do both. So if in Bengali, Debashi means Durga. Debesh is Shiv and the feminine counterpart is Durga. So the way I relate to myself is being unstoppable. Yeah. And life has also been like that. I have a progressive disease which got identified in 2014, but it did put me through a pause. But I am unstoppable. And something which I strongly believe is that unstoppable is a spirit. Like, 100 years from now, Amir, people would be listening to this podcast. And I want them to know that, who I am is for them. Like my body will die in 100 years, but my being, that unstoppable spirit, is going to live. And that's who I am.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, let's have some fun. The rapid fire round.
Yes.
Uh,
I was waiting for that.
One book that has profoundly impacted your coaching style.
Coach Person, Not the Problem by Marsha Reynolds.
Wow. Your go-to mantra for staying motivated.
I listen to audio, tapes, Gary Vee, Bob Proctor, and Swami Vivekananda.
You're a morning person or night owl?
I used to be a night owl, like a nocturnal person. 10 to 2 p.m., I would study. That used to be my study time. But right now, I am getting up early. It has changed after COVID.
Wow. A city you would love to live in other than Gurgaon.
See, I love London.
Wow. Okay.
Mm.
Your go-to comfort food.
Dosa. I love South Indian food. Deep love. I went to Paris and I had dosa from Chennai dosa joint.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Uh, what cuisine you like to make? Love
What I
most.
like to make? Biryani. Layered biryani. Very
Wow.
colorful and tasty.
Okay. A memorable compliment you have received from a client.
A memorable compliment is that, ma'am, you are ruthlessly compassionate. It's like you don't care whether we like whatever that you're saying or not. You will say it, and we know it's like a motherly compassion that you have. And initially, it doesn't sound good, but we know it's good for us. So it has given great results. You'll see my LinkedIn recommendation. A lot of people say that. Devishi is going to say whatever she has to say, and it's going to be good for you, whether you like it or not.
Okay. Tea or coffee?
Coffee now. I take a lot of night. What is it? Owl, what is sleepy owl? I'm addicted to sleepy owl nowadays.
Let's raise.
Yeah, right.
Your favorite color?
My favorite color is teal. Yeah, something of what you see. I'm kind of wearing. This is teal.
So you did well, and your Christmas gift.
Oh wow! Thank you so much. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
So friends, it was a lovely conversation with Debashi. She's a old friend, and having a conversation with an old friend is, what do you say, memories down the lane. She has contributed to my community journey. That is another story. But this conversation she shared about the transformative power of coaching. So watch this episode. All those wannabe coaches building their careers and leaders, companies, whoever wants to take coaching. So Debeshi is the person. Her details will be in the caption. So do connect with her and how she balances her time for her workshops on storytelling, her volunteering at ICF, the many, many more things, and how Mother Teresa impacted and changed her outlook to life. So that is what this episode is all about, going memories down the lane. So, friends, we have got over 300 plus episodes on different subjects and different experts sharing their journey, their expertise. Subscribe to the channel, and if you want to be featured like Debashi, so visit our website, the Emerging India Forum, our social media handles. Our team will invite you to have a cup of coffee with Coffee Conversation.
Right.
So, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and we look forward to another coffee episode. Thank you.
Thank you, and I want to acknowledge you, Amir, for the great work that you're doing. It's not easy to be consistent. A consistent Being consistent is a very, very important leadership trait. So, as a thought leader in your space, you are, by doing this podcast, inspiring many more who are going to come. And as I say, 100 years from now, somebody listening to this episode will get inspired to pick up their coffee cup and have a conversation which changes life. So, to that, thank you. Gratitude.
Yeah. So that's why tagline is also this: engaging conversation, enriching lives.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.